Well, welcome to the Alpine Church of Spiritual Living. Good to see all your beautiful faces here, and welcome all those that are online watching this later today or later this week. I'm going to share the thought for the week, and then as I get to the bottom, those of us who are here can join me at the bottom. With the theme this month of gratitude as an attitude, I've chosen the topic this week of if you're happy. You remember that song we used to sing as kids, right? If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands, stomp your feet, show your teeth, etc. The point is, when you're happy, it will show up in your body and the life of your affairs of your life. The Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh has shared, breathing in, I am aware of my heart. Breathing out, I smile to my heart and know that my heart still functions normally. I feel grateful for my heart. What a simple yet profound practice. How often do we consciously stop, breathe, and smile for all the miraculous ways our body supports us throughout the day? A reporter once asked Mother Teresa how she stayed positive with so many people needing her every day. She responded that any time she found herself alone during the day, she would take a moment to breathe and put a small smile on her lips. Just the upturning of the corners of her mouth for 15 seconds with a deep breath, she would then easily greet whomever was next to see her. A portion of the Optimist Creed says, promise yourself to wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living creature you meet a smile. To give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. To be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble. We are shaping and molding our very lives each and every moment by the thoughts we think, the words we speak, and the actions which we take. Life can be a joyous adventure as we are propelled by the deep and abiding feeling of gratitude. Say with me, I stop, breathe, and put a smile on my face, knowing I am incredible, powerful, and a miracle divine. I smile at life, and it smiles back, and it is so. Thank you. So yes, this month we are focusing on being grateful, having that feeling of gratitude in our hearts. And I know that probably most of you are aware, I wasn't here last Sunday as I was attending the life celebration for my son, or our son. And it was great. It was held at a brewery in North Park, and about 125 people were there. And Lindsay put together a wonderful video presentation of the various pictures of Burke's life. And I sent it to some folks. Some of you will have seen it maybe already in your emails, or you'll be getting it. It'll be going out along with my remembrances of Burke. But Martha Creek, my mentor, said to me when I sent it to her, her response was, hi, Angel. This is my favorite video of all time. Now you have to remember, and she reminded me of this, Martha Creek has been a Unity minister for years and years. She has done hundreds of memorial services. So she's saying this was the favorite video of all time. He is so handsome. Beautiful inside and out, like you. I honor you, you're parenting him, his parenting, his life, loving living, and the life that is eternal. Thank you for sharing this with me. So I wanted to tell you what's going on with me, because I'm not the only one that goes through these processes that life gives us. On Friday, this week, Lindsay and I had to go pick up the ashes that were ready at Burke's. Not the most fun thing you want to do in life. So I dreamed about Burke this morning. And many times when I dream about Burke, it's when he's a little boy. But this dream was actually, he was grown. It was like he was just yesterday. And you see, when we were supposed to pick up the ashes, we were also supposed to be picking up the death certificates that were ordered. but they weren't ready. So now we had to go back again, get the death certificates. But in this dream, I had a friend, and you know what? I don't remember who the friend was. Some gal, and I, and Burke. And we were all traveling, going to these various doctors' offices to try to get the signatures on the paperwork that we needed to finalize what Lindsay calls the DC. And at one point, and Burke was just being his normal, regular self, and yet we knew that he had passed physically. She and I, my friend and I did. But the other people who greeted him looked like, hey, he's just, he's a guy, here he is. And this one man went to shake his hand and couldn't feel anything. It was like it wasn't there. And Burke kind of laughed about it. But it was interesting because he just took everything in stride, in the dream. And so as I'm here, standing here today on November 14th, I have chosen this theme of gratitude for this month. This is a typical month where, with Thanksgiving, you have gratitude as your theme, and this month is gratitude as an attitude. And it's not the most easiest thing in the world to think about during these times when you're going through this grieving process. But I go back to what has served me in the past when I have come upon situations like this before. That mantra that comes back to me is, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. And what a difference. What if you just take that one little change? Smile because it happened. Which brings me to the thought for the week that I wrote and I shared with you earlier, how these two, what I call saints, Saint Teresa and Thich Nhat Hanh, who even though he's Buddhist, I don't think he's going to be named as a saint per se, but he certainly is in that category. How they have the attitude of putting a smile on your face. What a difference it makes in your life when you can consciously, purposely put a smile just on your face, how much it changes you. And then that optimist creed, give every living creature you meet a smile, and to give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time left to criticize others. How good is that? That we have no time left to criticize others. And I want to take another angle on that in the fact that, and we have no time to criticize ourselves. How many times do we do that? If we can just go back and consciously know that every single soul, including ourselves, are doing the very, very best that they know how to do based on the consciousness level that they've attained. And that includes us as well. So we're all doing our very best. I am in a group with Martha Creek, and we have a monthly call, that's a group call, and then she set us up in small groups that we meet during the month in these smaller groups. And I was sharing with Martha as I was talking to her this last week that I was really happy with the small group that we had this last week. It went really well. And that one of the gals had this great response. She has questions, that you're supposed to answer. And our theme that we're talking about is surrendering, letting go. And this one gal on the call just was wonderful. She had these great ideas and the ways, because the question was, what are your processes? How do you handle the release, the letting go, surrender? How does it work for you? And this gal went on and on about she does this and this and this and this. And then when it's my turn to talk, what are your processes? And I felt less than, because I said, well, all I really do is I have these mantras that I sing, every little cell in my body is happy. Be still and know that I am God. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hand. And, and so, but I felt like these were just not anything monumental. It's just little things that I sing, big deal. And Martha had to remind me, Gay, you are comparing. There are no comparisons in life. And I thought, oh my gosh, she just hit me with a 2x4, because how many times have I, spoken the word, don't compare, no comparisons. Everybody's unique, everybody's different. Don't do the comparison thing. And of course I had fallen right into it and was doing it again myself. And so be aware of that, how that our lives can just fall into those habits of thinking that, you're better than me, or it could be the other way around, I'm better than you type thing. But that's all the ego talking. It's all that ego that's trying to compare, contrast, calculate, categorize, all of that. And so we want to remember to go back to our hearts, to go back to where that wisdom, not from the brain, not from that ego, but the wisdom of our hearts. What is it saying? And when we listen to that wisdom of our heart, we will feel the gratitude. We will feel the love. We will feel, as Cherie sang earlier, just that thank you is not enough, that there's more to this life than we can ever possibly imagine to be grateful for. There are some times, though, and I want to be realistic about this, that we can't just be happy all the time. You just can't put a smiley face on when you're not. And we want to honor that. And so I was reading, I get a weekly summary of Richard Rohr's newsletters that come out daily. And I want to share something that he printed this last week that I think is very helpful in addressing our feelings. And I brought a copy of it today if anybody wants to take one home. Or you can just go on Richard Rohr, Google him, and you can pull up. It's a free email newsletter that you can get from him. But it's entitled Cultivating Radical Compassion. Arthur Tara Broch is a skilled psychotherapist and meditation teacher who has developed countless ways to help her students transform their suffering, not only for their own sake, but on behalf of the world. Over the last 17 years, she has focused primarily on the RAIN, R-A-I-N, meditation practice, which cultivates a trust in our own basic goodness, and by extension helps us recognize and trust that same light shining through all beings. So Broch suggests, when you are caught in a difficult emotion, the RAIN, R-A-I-N, meditation can bring you back to a wise and compassionate presence. Give yourself a few moments and turn inward. Number 1, R. The R represents recognition. What is happening? Mentally whisper whatever you are aware of, be it fear, anger, hurt, shame. Recognize it. Acknowledge it. The second step in the RAIN is allow. Allow. Let whatever you are feeling be here without judging it, trying to fix it, or ignoring it. Simply pause and let be. You might whisper, this too belongs. So it's allowing, it's accepting. The I is investigate. With curiosity, feel into your body, your throat, your chest, your belly. Discover where the emotions live inside you. And it will be different for different people. I've done this process before, and it really is, it comes to the surface quite readily when you're focusing on it, where that emotion is in your body. You might gently place a hand wherever feelings are strongest. Sense what is needed or being asked for right now. Is it love? Is it forgiveness? Is it acceptance? Is it understanding? Asking that emotion, what are you bringing me? What am I to know from this? And the N is in nurture. Offer care to feelings of vulnerability, hurt, or fear. Let the touch of your hand be tender, and send whatever message might most offer healing. You can imagine this coming from your own awake heart or from another being, a friend, a grandparent, a spiritual figure, or your dog you trust and you love. After the rain, take some moments in stillness, simply sensing the quality of the presence that has unfolded. Notice the shift from when you started, an angry or fearful or victimized self, to the compassionate awareness that is always here. All of us have this inner child within us that sometimes gets scared, that sometimes is doubtful. And for us to recognize that that's okay, and to honor it and to nurture it. We always are at choice, whether we are going to let that small child take the rein, or that we can stand in our stead and nurture it and love it. It takes practice. It takes practice to look for these things, to be aware of them and to do them, and to bring the smile to your face. For 15 seconds, just think about that. 15 seconds, just bring a smile to your face. I wanted to share with you one of the readings from Eileen Cady, and it's on this subject. She says, "Keep your eyes open and keep ever alert. Behold my hand in everything and give eternal thanks. Without awareness, you can miss so much which is right there in front of you, or even within you. Many souls go through life blind to the wonders all around them, blind to the miracles of nature, and so miss the miracles of life. When you are aware of beauty, harmony, peace, and serenity in the small things around you, you will find that awareness growing until all life becomes a wonderland, and you walk through life like a child, wide-eyed at all that is taking place. You will expect the most glorious happenings to take place, and therefore will help to bring them about. There will never be a dull moment in your life. You will take nothing for granted, but will give thanks for everything. Gratitude keeps the door wide open for more and more wonders to enter your life, so never, never fail to give thanks." I had on my calendar marked October 17th to hand out gratitude journals. I have made these in the past for you. It's been many years ago now. And it's a process where it's a 40-day process that you start before Thanksgiving arrives. So October 17th was the date for me to hand out these booklets. They're pages, the lines on them for five lines on each day. And I was making the copies and I was doing all this stuff. And I realized I'm not going to make this deadline. I've got too many things on my plate right now to do, and I'm just going to let this go. And I can do it another time, but I was thinking I wanted to bring it up now because I don't have to make a gratitude journal for you guys. You have plenty of ways that you can jot down 5 things each day that you are grateful for. So there's, I think, 18 days left before Thanksgiving. So you can begin now. Maybe begin now and go through till Christmas, or maybe you'll make it a lifelong exercise. I was reading, what was that gal, the author, Debbie Mack something. She writes nice stories. Anyway, I don't remember her last name. But she has done her gratitude journal every day for years and years and years. I start them and I stop them. Start them and stop them. But I'm suggesting that we can start one now and just be grateful for just whatever pops up into your head. Like when you're happy and you know it. Your life will surely show it. So I wanted to remind you to put a smile on your face for 15 seconds a day. I'm more than one time a day, for just 15 seconds. when you are frightened, when you're unsure, when you're doubtful, put that RAIN meditation to work for you. Recognize it, allow it, investigate it, and nurture it so that you can get beyond that feeling of helplessness, of victimhood. That you can, as Martha Creek calls, so that you can grow yourself up. Let go of criticisms, let go of comparisons. Know that we are each on our perfect right path, doing exactly what we are meant to be doing, and honoring and loving that. So life is what you make of it, and that means that you need to do something about it. So I've suggested all those things there, and now I'd like you to join me in what you've been chomping at the bit to do. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, show your teeth. If you're happy and you know it, show your teeth. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, show your teeth. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen, amen. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen, amen. If you're happy and you know it, then your life will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, shout amen, amen. Love you all. Namaste.